So here we are with the Carista app. I did another one before with the Chevy pickup. This will be with the Mini Cooper. It's a 2013 Countryman S. And here we're looking at the faults. About 4 minutes later, pops up. We've got 11 faults here. All sorts of crazy stuff was wrong with this car. We got engine faults, heater faults, traction control, tire pressure, central module, keyless ignition. We were having problems with this car where you couldn't even use the keyless remote. You had to like hit the unlock button on it. You couldn't just grab the door handle and open it like you're supposed to. All sorts of interesting things. It was wrecked. Someone smashed into the back. There's another video of that. I'll put a link down in the description. It did take the hit pretty good. But anyway, so if you click on the codes here, you get these little Google searches, and then you can kind of read like, oh, any ideas how to fix this, what this code really means, which is kind of handy. I will note this is only when you pay that yearly fee or the $10 for the week access. Otherwise, you just get asterisks and you don't get to see the code. You'll see that at the end. But here's with the paid version. You can get all these. And I will be doing another review. I have show a couple more apps where you can use the Carista device that's kind of cheap and then use it on some other tools, but I'll put that in a whole nother video. So as we can see, this car has all kinds of issues with it, but it got wrecked, so we were able to replace it without having to fix these. So we never did find out what these problems were. But this gives you an idea of what Carista will do for almost any car. Show you all the different error codes for you. But again, only if you pay them. So here we're resetting all the faults on it, and then we can run the car. I always recommend that you reset all the faults and then run the car again for a while. Sometimes a fault will come up and it'll fix itself later. It just was like a one-time error. I love how you can share your errors on Facebook. But so here's the customization part. Takes about a minute for that to load, and then you can see all these different things that you can do. You can slow this video down if I go too fast through here, but you can even like right here delay when auto folding the side mirrors, which this car doesn't have that option. So some of these things might be in there and your car doesn't have that option, but it's kind of interesting that you can change that delay there. And I mean, even this car is so detailed per fob, so you can be like, oh, unlock the doors with the remote. What does it do? All doors on first press, or just the driver's door on the first and then all of them on the second. Unlocking the fuel door. And then you can auto lock the doors when moving, and you can do that based on each fob too, which is kind of neat. This car definitely has a lot more options than I think the Prius that I showed in the other video, and definitely more than the old pickup truck that I had. But see, you can auto unlock the doors and the keys taken out of the ignition. Relock the doors if you unlock them but you don't open a door. You can set that one. Power windows child safety button. You can actually just disable this, which seems kind of weird. Like, oh, you can't lock the windows now, but that's an option. I'll allow the power sunroof to operate after the ignition's turned off. That's kind of nice. I guess that's by default that one's on. We got lights here, headlight cleaning. This car doesn't have that, but I mean, that's kind of neat. How you can make it auto clean the headlights, I guess. And then other here, there's just a couple little really kind of crazy things that you could actually turn off the thing so the engine would start when it wasn't in neutral or park, which seems kind of weird why you would change that setting, but you can, I guess. So be careful with that one. Auto eject when the start and stop button is pressed and held. I don't know what some of these do exactly, but you can change them if you want. So and here's the detailed ECU info to give you. Again, about 4 minutes to read this, and you'll get the VIN and the engine part numbers and all this. And if we scroll down here, we'll get all sorts of more ECUs. It says ECU not present, so I don't know. But heater and air conditioning, you get all those codes in there. I didn't try this with the trial version. I don't know if you get this, or I didn't try this after the trial. I don't know if you still get this if you don't pay them. Probably not. They don't seem to give you a whole lot if you don't pay them, which I somewhat understand, but then I feel like your OBD thing should be free if you're going to charge me that, but I guess it's kind of subsidized. It's only $20 compared to the better one I bought was $40, $50. I'll put a link to both of them down in the description. And like I said, eventually I'll do another video here with trying to use this device with other software. It does work with limitations on some of them, but like I said, I'll put that all in a whole nother video. But you can see here it's quite a bit of telephone. I don't know what that is. There's all sorts of ECUs in here and ECUs that are not in here. It'll give you all the data on. So then we can see the emissions tests here, which I don't know why this one was ready, and not ready. I don't know if it's because I reset everything, and then I got to run the car again maybe before it would test those all again. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment if you have any questions. So here was after I reset everything and then read it again. I only had a couple errors, but still getting quite a bit of errors. Like I said, I suspect the computer was bad in this car, but it got wrecked and totaled out, so we never did find out what the problem was. These problems were before it was wrecked, by the way. Here's what it looks like when you don't pay them. So if you just bought the thing and never subscribed, you would just get these codes like this, which, I mean, sort of helps you, but not really worth $20. So I'll have another video coming up here where I show you how to use this Carista on other programs. So see, here's the $9.99 or $40 a year. You get a free month trial because you have the OBD adapter. So like I said, it's fine to buy and use for the free trial. I mean, $20, it's pretty cheap, but I'd probably recommend either buying one of the $50 ones or just use a different app. Buy this one and use a different app, like I'll show you on the upcoming video. So in conclusion, I would not recommend the Carista thingamajig, although if you just need a simple OBD to read for some other apps, it is a nice cheap OBD. Just don't subscribe to the service. Kind of a waste when you can, I mean, for $40 a year, you can get one for $50 and then use a free app. But it did give more codes than the other ones. So have fun.